Astute observers might notice that this is an AUG. It is. It's the lower bit of the AUG because the rest of the gun is done and I'm doing this as an intro. Ooh. So I've been basically, whittling this down a little bit, getting bits for it and all that over the past year. And that's mainly because sourcing parts, the specific parts that I needed to kind of complete this, is a nightmare. Mainly the parts that I wanted to get for it were more aesthetic than anything else. Like, you could supplement the bits that are missing pretty easily. So it then went down to 3D printing. You might notice this is kind of an extended mag release. It didn't have a mag release. I got this gun in a box with, I think, the 4 other M4s, and it was half a gun. I was like, I could probably build an AUG out of that. It had the gearbox, it had half the body. I grabbed the longest barrel possible because the best thing about bullpups is the barrel starts about here, so it's got a very long barrel in it. And then just slowly but surely sourced parts for it and printed parts for it until I got it to this point where it actually works and fires. So let's go into that, and then we're going to do final testing and any final things. Yeah. Meanwhile, I did test this. I might take the fuse system out, but we'll see. This has come off in the time that it's been stored and shit. But doing this kind of thing, it did fire. It shit me up, but it fired. So that's always good that the work I did fucking whatever time ago still works. I just have to put other bits on it. See, I bought this mag a while ago, and the only thing I've really done with it is spray it black to match the gun. And I bought it brand new, so it will be interesting to know if it fucking feeds. First shot ever fired from this build. And you know what? It's not going to fucking work without this fucking battery, is it, you dickhead? Anyways, first shot from this build. Excellent. That's not feeding. Try this again, shall we? Oh, it actually shot. Once. Still not shooting every time, but consistently it was shooting 248 to 255, and that about 275, 285, about 280. So the spring I've put in there, about 280. So I might try an M110 then, because I think it's losing power somewhere, but I don't know. This is why we test shit. Wee! But at least it's fucking shooting a decent power. Fucking hell. Could be a reason. Probably not good that that's got that much movement. Need to put a spring, push it back. Yeah. Highest that went is 313, which is on the limit. So it's there, the power's there, it's on the limit with no hop. It just only feeds upside down. So I've got to sort that shit. And then it works. Probably. When I wind the mag, then it'll feed normal. Crazy. I know, it's absolutely crazy. Otherwise, that's a bit too hot. So I'm probably just going to short stroke it by 1 because fuck it. It'll drop about 20 FPS and then it's legal. So upon testing this, I always found it weird when I saw AUGs up for sale and it's like, shoot so-and-so on a 3. I'm like, that's weird. Why would it shoot a 3? And the truth of the matter is because the standard hop units that are in this have quite how do I put this? The nub is quite depressed air, but it sticks in quite a bit as standard. So if you put anything, I tried a 2.5 and it just skied them. So it's always going to be overspinning. As soon as you put a 3 in, now you can actually dial the hop. So I'm going to use a 7.4 volt LiPo 30C. That's a good start, isn't it? doesn't fire. So here's one thing that I had to do. So I did remove the fuse system, but I had to put 2 new screws in there and embed them, and I also put a spring guide screw in there just to kind of stabilize it a bit more. So I'm just going to crack it open, get a re-clean, re-grease, check things again, as well as checking damage. So I think it's just a standard motor I put in there. Also refreshes my mind as to what I fucking did to this. So that certainly looks like an M110. Don't know if you can see quite, but kind of got a blue tint to it. Something like an M110, giving it that power. So yeah, let's just crack it back open, get a re-clean. Good stuff. Well, that certainly shows how much I remember. I have already short stroked this by a 1, which makes sense. I probably had it ready, but since it's been sat, the grease isn't bad, but I can tell it's been sat a little bit. So I'm just going to clean it up anyway while I'm inside. Yeah. Let's get it clean up. Cool. So that's it reserviced. Might have a look at this connector, redo that, but I think I need to look at that connector. New connector. Basically a cable came off because I did it bad, so I did it better. I did it proper. Yeah. Right, let's put it together. Okay, so we got a 7.4 LiPo. Now let's see what it's chronoing at. 0.3s. 217 on a 3. 265? Okay. No, but okay. Right, I put the op all the other way. Let's see if I just had all the hop on for some reason. Well, that solves that answer, doesn't it? 263. 322. Okay, 320. Good. That means that one tooth took off 20-ish FPS, 20 to 25. Sounds about right. Cool. Yeah. The main things that I had to buy for this then, so as a whole, just for accessories sake, suppressor, tripod, holograph. The actual things I needed to buy were takedown pin twice, because the first time I bought one it didn't have the metal thing in there that actually holds it in fucking place, so I had to buy the other one from Asia anyways. Mag, and then I just sprayed it black just to match because it was like a weird orangey green, whatever. And I think that's it. Oh, I did try and buy the grip thing that goes in there, and I bought that shit brand new and it snapped after like 3 movements because you're supposed to pull it down and then it flicks forward. It just fucking snapped off. The bit at the top, good old Nemesis pot metal, fucking snapped. So I was like, fuck that noise. Let's just try and get a wrist front. They only sell it in a full wrist front kit, and they are 100 quid plus. And I thought, fuck that noise. So as much as some may disagree with 3D printing, sometimes it does save a lot of money and you can kind of customize shit a little bit. So the caveats of this then is this whole wrist thing, as nice as it is, I don't know how long that's going to last. It might be pretty sturdy. So far, it's been okay, you know. Knock on wood and shit. The holograph on there does work. To be fair, it's sat there to kind of make that more straight. Otherwise, it's off angle a tiny bit, and it annoyed me enough. So I was like, fuck it. Sight comes with it. It looks nice on there. It kind of fits, you know, the whole vibe of it all. I was like, yeah, sure. Then we got this thing back here is completely aesthetic. So it just kind of slides on. Just makes it look a little bit nicer, I guess, in my opinion. Some might notice that the takedown pin here is missing. That's because you don't fucking need it. It's pointless. Then this bit's missing, but that whole fucking mechanism is convoluted as shit and is just completely out of stock. So I thought, fuck it, don't need it. So Covers. So this one just sits in there and it's there, but that's just a cover. This other one, we do this. Other one, nice and easy. Peel that out. Your hop unit's right there. And then there's a little chob at the back. Put the flat bit in first. Boom. Whoop. Mag release. So this, it works. That's all that matters. It works. That's like fucking the third version of that. We kind of had to find a spring and screws and all that stuff. They were missing a bunch of screws. Put all that in there, and so far it works. You kind of have to put it in a bit like an AK, but it works. Again, longevity of these parts, not a clue. But if they break in fucking no time at all, I can always just say, hey, it's really easy to do. Just here's the part if you want. Or I'll just ask them to send it to me and I'll sort it for them. Because it's one of those things with 3D printing. If it's for yourself, it doesn't matter. And if you've got the 3D printer, it doesn't matter because you can always just print another one and then maybe infill it a bit more. That kind of shit. But I am happy with this. I am happy that this is done. Mostly. But it also performs pretty fucking nicely. Ooh. Yeah.